Hey, welcome to my garage. I had a little bit of an accident here last weekend. I built a new engine for my Olympic that's over there, and well, basically things didn't exactly work out as I was hoping they would. So I figure I'll show you a little bit of what's going on and what I'm going to do about it. So I spent the last couple of months modifying my 277, built a stroker crank, bored the cylinder to 78 millimeters, so it's now 335 cc's. And then I came up with this great idea that maybe I should add more ports because I needed some more intake area, and that's where everything started messing up. So well, I'll show you the result here. I actually got it running for about 2 minutes, and then this happened. There's supposed to be a sleeve here, but it's here now. So that wasn't very good. I will throw in a picture of what it looked like before. So this is what's left of the sleeve. There used to be more sleeve here, and then I had, this is the main piston port intake, and then I had 2 more ports down here that were controlled by a reed valve. Let me go get it. So here we have the regular piston port intake. The port was here. Hope you can see that. And then I had a little reed valve here that opened up to 2 more ports down here below, right below the regular intake, and I had a little spacer, and in the end it looked something like this from the inside. So where it all went wrong is, you can see these little pillars here. Basically there was 5 of these small 3-4 millimeter wide pillars holding onto the sleeve, and it just wasn't strong enough. Like I said, it ran for about 2 minutes and then crashed to a halt, and everything was ruined basically. So let's go over the damage real quick. So you can see here, this is not usable anymore. I already removed the sleeve from the cylinder, obviously, as you can tell, because I have to make a new one. So this is all the junk that was on the sleeve here before it crashed. Other than the sleeve, there was some aluminium here that's also broken. Then we have the crankcase, because the sleeve obviously found its way into the crankcase, and which looks like this now. You can see a large crack here and another smaller crack over here. On the other half it's pretty much the same. It looks like crap too. And you can see here where it has been, junk has been going through the crankcase and being mauled by the crank webs. Other than that, the cylinder actually looks fine. Going to have to rethink things a bit, but it's I really want to get it going, so I'll just have to put in a new sleeve. amazingly there was some material, like I think it was the aluminium bits that were down there. They made it to the combustion chamber, but the head is pretty much undamaged. There's a couple of little marks here, but it's not too bad. You don't have to do much about it. Just clean it up and make sure there's no junk in there that's going to come off when I fire it up again. Here's my crankshaft, and it looks pretty much undamaged, and I've checked it, I eyeballed it only, I haven't measured it yet, but it looks straight still, and I'm pretty relieved about that because there's a lot of work in this crankshaft stroking it. As you can see here, there's a little damage, but it's just scuff marks. It's not too bad really. All the bearings are fine still, and it doesn't have more play than it had before or anything. So I think that's fine. Because luckily aluminium is softer than my crankshaft. So yeah, basically the plan now is to make a new sleeve. Let me go at that for you. It's now turned into an unboxing video too, I guess. Free of charge. Luckily I bought 4 sleeves because I am going to re-sleeve my 800 triple as well. So I'm going to borrow one of the sleeves I had for that and just order a new one. This is from LA Sleeve. It's a universal sleeve for 76 millimeters. But I'm going to bore it to 78. And the reason why I chose the 76 millimeter one is because I don't want the sleeve stealing my area here in the transfers, so I wanted to have as little outside diameter on the sleeve as possible. So with this sleeve I still have what's supposed to be plenty of sleeve, unless you do stupid stuff like 5 tiny bridges holding on to everything. So here's the new sleeve, no holes. I have to put those in myself, which is not fun. So I'm not really looking forward to that, but it needs to be done. Can't buy a sleeve, a 78 millimeter sleeve for a 277. So that's what I'm going to start on this weekend, and I will clean the crankcase halves, and I put a lot of work in the crankcase as well because I really didn't like the stock recoil starter because it's always giving me shit. So I replaced it with this one, which looks a lot better. It fits my Olympic better. It has like the 60s look to it. And then of course I did a lot of machining to make the new crank fit, because there was a bit of a clearance issue. So I don't really want to redo all that work on a different crankcase, so I'm going to try and repair this one. And I think I can just use some JB Weld, because there's no real force on this. It just needs, unless you put some junk in your crankcase, of course. But it just needs to be sealed, so don't get air in there. So we'll see. I'm gonna try and repair it, and we'll see if it works or not. Otherwise, I will have to make a new crankcase. So yeah, that's it. I'll try to make some video of the work I'm doing to everything, and hopefully get it running. Hopefully by next weekend. We'll see how smooth things go. I forgot to show you the piston. So this is what it looks like on the top. There's a little mark there, where a piece of aluminium was crushed between the squish band and the piston. The rings look fine too. It was a brand new piston, only ran for 2 minutes, so it didn't really look that bad except for this little bit here. But I discovered later on, first I thought maybe I can reuse it if I remove the damage here. It's going to get cut a little bit anyway. But after closer inspection, I saw that it is actually bent. It has bent the skirt. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe this helps. The skirt is pushed inwards like 2-3 millimeters. So the piston is junk. I can reuse the rings on. I have another piston. I can reuse the rings on that one. But other than that, it's going on the offering shelf. Offerings to the horsepower gods. So, yep, that's it.